Hey guys, so on first listening to that, I know that that probably sounds pretty daunting, and that's because it is. It's actually an incredibly massive pain in the ass to play and practice. It took me forever to actually get that one take done, so I have no shame in admitting that. But it's one of the most powerful practice tools you will ever have to add creative flair to any of your arpeggio sequences. So I got that idea just because noodling around this morning during my morning practice thing and not focusing, I was just like, well, how can I make just a standard kind of sound more interesting without adding something boring and normal like a triplet or what have you? So what I decided on was to go to a lower tempo, like 110 is what I played at here. And I would go up, so I would just go 1, E, and I caught myself adding, this part isn't as important, but adding 3 notes to that upper sequence as opposed to just the standard 2. I was thinking to myself, well, this is kind of a weird sequence, but it almost has a groove to it. So what I decided to do was just kind of fiddle around a little bit more and figure out that I was playing in groupings of 9. So I knew I was doubling the speed, which is what I normally do, but it wasn't quite normal. It felt like I was adding extra into it, and that's when I figured out, oh, I'm playing 9 notes here, not 8. So the way I look at that, and the way you should look at this, we're going to start with a second inversion of a C minor arpeggio. So, down, up, down, down. And we're going to think of that as 1, E, and, because it's 16th notes, obviously. Once we get here, that's when you know things are about to start getting real. And we're going to do a downstroke on the 13th fret and start counting in 3s. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And then we start over with 1 E and again. So it'd be 1 E and 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. One more time. 1 E and 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And that sort of groove keeps going through the entire etude, if you want to call it that. What we're going to move to next is kind of my goofed version of a first inversion E flat minor arpeggio sequence. So we're going to do the same thing again. So this one would be 13, 16, 15, 13, 13, 13, 15, 16. It'll be 1 E and 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. We take that exact same shape, move it down to the 8th fret, and play again, kind of just a goofed version of the first inversion of the C minor sequence. So that would be 1 E and 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And finally, we play the third inversion of C minor, which would be 15, 18, 17, 17, 16, 15, and then we add this, 16, then 20, to make it kind of that harmonic minorish vibe. So that would be 1, E, and 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. Yeah, that is a pain. So really, I started at normal speed, which is just a stupid thing to do. Please don't do that. If I were you, don't start at half speed, because I think that would just kind of get you confused on the patterns. You can if you want, and if you're comfortable with doing it. If I were you, I would start at somewhere more like 80 or 85 beats per minute, about 65 to 70% speed, if my high school math grades taught me anything about that. Other than that, just keep clicking at it. Once you get this down, I mean, it's really, really going to push you further in your arpeggios to just really add some creative flair to whatever you're doing. All right, I hope you enjoy this one, guys. I'll see you next time.